Taurus, it's April 2020, and let's not look back. I mean, we are all in this together, and it's a rather intense month. We can see here your mind, more than some of the other signs, can start to get very worried with this ascending node, what we call the karma point, and the moon taking place here in your third house. And look at this really, I don't want to call it nasty, it's very trashy when the moon gets these very hard aspects, bang, 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 bang. The opposition aspect is always hard. And you're going to grab this mental energy and you're going to pull it into your fourth house of domestic affairs and internal happiness. It's going to be a little bit difficult for you up until the 5th. That's when the moon shifts out of this difficult opposition area. Keep your eye on some of the aspects there, such as the trine to the sun there on the 5th. That's nice. So the trine to the south node, you're able to start accepting things a lot more. Connections with children, with your creative self are likely in the 5th house. Around the 6th here, you see some sudden opportunities, some brilliant flashes that may come to you. And keep your eye out here around the 8th, when in the 6th house of your horoscope, the moon makes its transit into its full moon phase. So this is all about your work. This is about your health too. You have to be a little bit careful. But that's okay. You've got a steadying influence of Saturn here, your best planet, next to your ascendant ruler. Saturn, as you'll notice here, just sneaking into the 10th house. Now this is significant. This is a very important transit for the first time in 2.5 years. According to the Western astrologers, the 9th ruler, Saturn, moving into the 10th house, what we call its own better house. This is the career sector. So look, this is a slowing down process. Saturn always delays and slows things down, but that can give you a lot more focus. And because Mars is here as well, it gives you more of an initiative to get things done in a very, very rock solid way, leaving no stone unturned. The 12th and 13th, you'll be looking deep under the surface of things. Notice also the opposition there, the Venus, which earlier in the month, I missed that one, but this is a finance sector here, the 2nd house of Gemini, bringing a bit of a sweet touch to the way you're earning your money. And of course, Venus is your ruling planet. This part of the month, however, mid part 14, 15, 16, we're going to see the difficult transit of the moon over Pluto here. That's on the 14th. Very intense, taking place in your 9th house of legal matters, higher mind, spirituality, educational issues. The Jupiter-Moon combination's nice around the 15th, but then it runs into some troubles here, especially when it hits the midpoint of Saturn and Mars. This has to do with all your workplace activities, the 16th and 17th. A lot of frustration is usually caused by the combined influence of Saturn and Mars. We'll see here that Mars has actually moved away from that conjunction with Saturn. So I'm going to say it's not going to be quite as strong, except for that midpoint contact of the moon at that time of the month. So the 11th house, that's the transit that takes place around the 18th. I'm trying to see if there's any other transits here. Keep your eye out on the sun, which is the ruler of your family affairs. Not good throughout most of the month here until it shifts on April 20. And there's an idealism associated with this, especially when the moon makes contact with Neptune in your 11th house, which is friendships, your ideals, all of that sort of stuff. Very interesting times for you. There seems to be a lot happening for you this month. Low-key period 22, 23, starting 21 here, doing a lot of deep soul searching and thinking here. That's that conjunction of the moon and Mercury here in the 12th house of your horoscope, the sign of Aries. Some challenges there as well. Look here, you can't escape the long arm of this Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. Power plays, excessive expenditures. This is the 12th house, but nice to see that sun, and nice to know also the new moon on the 23rd here in your sun sign with Uranus gives you some brilliant sparks of insight into who you really are and what you can do to, I guess, make over your personality. This is not a make-up thing. This is actually a personality thing. And of course, we know you're not easily prone to change, but this combination continues here. Look at this. It gets really, really tight around the 25th. So in Australia, that's on what we call Anzac Day. Moon transiting into the second house here. Am I talking too fast? I'll try to be a little more deliberate. Moon and Venus is nice. Don't allow your sentimentality to get in the road of good business decisions when these two planets combine here in this second house. As the month nears the end, isn't it interesting? We get that moon back in conjunction with the ascending node, your karma point, in the third house. Notice also, just as this karma point was about to leave this third house, because it moves in a retrograde fashion, it's gone stationary and it's going to go back the other way. So there's still some lessons that you need to learn here with friends, with relatives, siblings especially, are ruled by the third house. But this has to do with your mentality and the way you think about things. So this is an important month for you. It finishes up with a very powerful conjunction of Mercury, Uranus and the Sun, having what we call the solar return back into Taurus, bringing with it an upliftment in your energy, physical health, well-being, and an overall confidence that I think is well deserved, given like everyone else, you're probably going through the ringer right now. Come and join me at astrology.com.au. I'm really excited about the new page that I've created. It's a weekly horoscope. I know it's been a long time coming. By the way, I forgot to mention, we've relaunched the site. If you don't already know, you've got to go there. Really a whole lot of new stuff, and keep me posted on what's happening with you. Drop me a line. If you want a personal reading, you've probably got more time now being at home. I'm here, available. Just email me here. Subscribe and I'll see you next month, Taurus. Bye-bye.